I want to look at Zebedee, who seems to be and seems to epitomize what a father ought to be. He's always around. He just may not get the praise that others do. He's always there to give stability and support, yet he doesn't have the place of prominence that some others may have. There are some traits of Zebedee that seem to represent those of fatherhood. In fact, there are some traits that seem to have great importance in the life of this man that still hold true for fathers today. First of all, I want to point out family.
Yeah.
Fathers love family. They might not always join in some of the activities with the same enthusiasm and exuberance at some of the family functions. In fact, they may deem some family functions unnecessary, but a real father has a priority on family.
Yeah.
And the fact that every time Zebedee's name is mentioned in Scripture, it's tied to his family says something. But perhaps it indicates that he loves his family. He spends time with his family. He raises his family. He cares for his family. That family is important.
That's right.
I want to suggest we note this, first of all, because of James. James is believed to be the oldest son. At least we know he's the oldest of James and John. And James, who by historians is dubbed the Greater, in order to distinguish him from the apostle James the Lesser.
Yeah.
See, greater not being an issue of importance, but meaning either that he was older or that he was taller. See, James is described as one of the first disciples to join Jesus.
Yeah.
James was one of those disciples who was known as one of the inner circles of Jesus.
Right.
Peter, James, and John. But reports are that James was impetuous and he would react harshly at times. Over in Luke chapter 9, verse 54, it says, James and his brother asked Jesus if they could call down fire to destroy a Samaritan village because they wouldn't receive Jesus.
All right.
See, James had something in him that allowed him to be dedicated to Jesus Christ.
All right.
James had something that had been passed on or even taught that caused him to make Jesus his priority.
Yeah.
And for fathers, that's what we ought to want for our children, something that causes them to be strong enough to follow Jesus.